Welcome back to Nerdageddon. In a year full of amazing sci-fi Dune Part 2, Alien Romulus, even Godzilla x Kong, somehow. War of the Worlds 2025 decided to crash land into cinemas like a flaming meteor of cinematic garbage. Yes, folks, there is a new War of the Worlds remake, and this one stars none other than Ice Cube, who looks like he'd rather be literally anywhere else than in this movie. The result? A film so painfully awful, it makes Sharknado 3 look like Interstellar. So grab your popcorn and maybe some eye bleach, because we're diving into the worst sci-fi movie of 2025. So the movie claims to be based on the H.G. Wells classic, the same timeless novel that inspired brilliant adaptations in 1953, 2005, and countless others. But this 2025 version, it feels less like based on the novel and more like loosely inspired by a guy who once heard about the novel while scrolling TikTok. The film opens with a cheap-looking CGI meteor crashing into what appears to be a Walmart parking lot because apparently aliens now shop for bulk toilet paper before conquering Earth. And then out steps our hero Ice Cube, playing a former military dude named Marcus Steele. Because of course he's former military, every bad sci-fi protagonist is. He spends the first 15 minutes yelling at people driving a truck, and somehow not noticing that the alien tripods look like they were rendered on a PlayStation 2. The effects are so bad, I half expected to see the Windows XP logo in the sky. Let's talk acting. Now, I love Ice Cube, Friday, Boys, and The Hood. Even 21 Jump Street, the man's a legend. But here, it's like he read the script and said, "You know what? I'll just ad-lib this entire movie while chewing invisible gum." His emotional range goes from angry to slightly more angry. There's a scene where his wife dies, and his response is basically, "Damn, that's crazy." And don't even get me started on the supporting cast, including one kid whose sole line delivery made me Google if AI generated him. Spoiler, has real, allegedly. These performances are so wooden, I'm surprised the aliens didn't just build a treehouse with them. The aliens. Oh boy. Remember the terrifying towering tripods from the classic War of the Worlds? Yeah. Well, these aliens look like chrome-covered flamingos on stilts. Their death rays shoot what I can only describe as Microsoft PowerPoint transitions. When they vaporize someone, it's just a red puff of smoke, like someone sneezed ketchup. At one point, an alien slips on a gas station sign. Yes, slips. And I swear you can hear the boing sound effect from a cartoon. Truly, H.G. Wells would be proud. If by proud, you mean violently sobbing in his grave. Now you might be wondering, okay, Nerdageddon, the effects suck, the acting's bad, but maybe the story's good. Oh, sweet summer child, the story makes absolutely no sense. 1 minute Ice Cube is in Nevada. Then suddenly he's in DC fighting aliens without explanation. Teleportation, no, just lazy editing. Then halfway through, they reveal the aliens are allergic to tap water, not radiation. Not bacteria, just good old Aquafina. Someone call M. Night Shyamalan. Apparently, Signs and War of the Worlds 2025 are now part of the same hydration cinematic universe. By the time the credits rolled, I was so confused I tried to reboot myself. The pacing is so uneven it feels like the editor was using a blender instead of Final Cut Pro. The production quality of this movie deserves its own Razzie. The lighting looks like they filmed half of it in a garage, using someone's car headlights. The sound design. You can hear background traffic during emotional scenes. The soundtrack's stock royalty-free beats straight from Epic Sci-Fi Music 22 on YouTube. And the aliens' mothership, I kid you not, it looks like a silver upside-down salad bowl. At one point, it literally wobbles when it lands. I'm not saying this movie was cheap, but I've seen fan films on Reddit with higher production value. And so, we arrive at the end of this cinematic catastrophe. Rotten Tomatoes gave War of the Worlds 2025 a jaw-dropping 4, which honestly feels generous, because here at Nerdageddon, we believe in fairness, honesty, and giving credit where it's due. And this movie deserves none of that. So, our Nerdageddon score for War of the Worlds 2025 is a glorious 3, that's right, 1% less than Rotten Tomatoes. Why? Because this movie isn't just bad, it's an insult to the H.G. Wells masterpiece that defined the alien invasion genre. If H.G. Wells could see this adaptation, he'd invent a time machine just to go back and stop it from being made. So there you have it, the worst sci-fi movie of 2025. Did you somehow sit through War of the Worlds 2025 without crying? Drop a comment and tell me what you thought or what therapy helped you recover. And if you like brutally honest, painfully funny reviews, hit that like button, subscribe, and join the Nerdageddon Army, where we watch bad movies so you don't have to. This is Nerdageddon signing off. And remember, just because it's War of the Worlds doesn't mean it had to be war on our eyeballs.